Juicy did bring it home. So both of these plugs now on the back foot, trying to even this series up against Team Juicy. My name is Fault. I'm joined by Gutty. And what do you think is going to happen in this second game?
I think we're going to have a banger on our hands. That's what I think is going to happen. I expect nothing less than another overtime at the minimum, maybe a double or a triple if we're feeling it. But really what I'm expecting in terms of the agent picks here is a lot of control coming out. We've seen the Sova nonstop from both squads. It has been an absolute staple, so I expect that to continue. But I also want to see some more utility-focused picks coming out here. I think that there is a lot of options available for something like a Cypher to control the map, as well as an extremely aggressive pick like a KO to come out, but it looks like neither team is going to opt for that.
No, I think
choose your agent.
Team Juicy is just going to run it back with almost exactly their squad from last time, although Bikes has subbed out the Phoenix for a Raze, which just provides a bit more damage, and then a map with tight corners like Ascent has got, that could be very useful. And yep, both of these plugs running it back with the exact same squad again, just going to try to make it work. I mean, it was so close last time, you really can't blame them for just giving it another shot.
Yeah, definitely. It's their game plan moving into this series clearly, and it's not like it isn't working for them, right? Picking up tons of round wins, making good use out of their ultimates. I was really impressed by Extreme Potato's ability to sort of navigate the map and find himself in weird little spots to pick up kills across the board. Really hoping he's going to be able to continue it here, but with a few less alleyways, with a few less ways to move around the map. I think it'll be tougher. So if he's able to continue that performance, we saw that he really only started to heat up in the second half of the map. If he maintains that momentum right now, I think it could be a completely different map.
I absolutely agree. And what are we seeing on the attack here? We've got Justin and Bugs going for just a Phantom, or just a Ghost, excuse me, and no armor. Lots of utility on those two. Pretty even buys everywhere else, although we do see Juicy Sushi on the Reyna with a Frenzy and full classics from everyone else in the game. This will be an interesting pistol round. We've got the attackers spread out. Both of these plugs just trying to get some information, I think, before they push too far. Bikes is getting aggressive here against Wailing Biscuit. Getting tagged down for his troubles, though, and not getting much damage out in return. That was a short little trade, but that damage is going to put them at a big disadvantage. He is essentially one tap from anything right now. He needs to play very safe or hit his shots perfectly, or he's going to have some trouble. And the attackers just still lurking, trying to figure out where the defenders are sitting before they commit to a site. They've got the options to go pretty much anywhere now, as Justin gets tagged down as well.
Yeah, the pistol shots coming through from either squad. The dink there was pretty nasty, if I do say so myself. But Juicy Sushi finds a nice little timing onto Wailing Biscuit, secures the heal for himself. So Corella has to back out, but Extreme Potato is looking for more. Corella just baiting like crazy. Why are you not peeking with your teammate there? Juicy Sushi, as a result, gets the triple. Jackblock picking up one across the map, but Bugs has responded in kind with a double. Now healing up to full, has this Ghost in hand. The upgraded pistol, the full health.
30 seconds left.
Can he make anything happen? The timing is not good, but the shots are there. Picking up the triple on the Juicy. Only 20 seconds basically on the clock. This is such a hard situation.
It is. He needs to move fast, but both members are tagged up. If he can get in there and get the picks on them, unless they get a nice little crossfire or just wait the clock out, he might be able to take this home by taking them out with an ace. And I don't think he's going to be quick enough. He's going to try it, but he's not got the aggression right now. 1 second, and Justin takes him out before he can get to that spike. Just unfortunate. A beautiful setup there from Bugs with a triple kill to get himself ahead and even things out. Just beaten by the clock there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more aggression there. You know the spike is down middle. You know it's an impossible round win without the recovery. And if you win a 1 versus 1, you have that immediate heal to look for the trade onto the second, or the follow-up kill onto the second, I should say. So would have liked to see a bit of a different play there from Bugs. But similarly, I was really not a fan of the baiting going down in middle. It looks like some miscommunication. Extreme Potato swinging out wide on the angle, and Corella was there to follow up, but the players attackers pushing down catwalk meant he was too nervous to peek, resulted in some free kills for Juicy Sushi. Bit of a disappointing round for the attackers. I think they could have had that one if things just went slightly differently, but that is the name of the game. As now Justin gets aggressive in middle. Doesn't matter how long the angle is, he's got the pre-aim, he's got the spray down with that SMG, but at least Wailing Biscuit is there on the return, using that classic to great effect despite the distance.
Yep, and we can see the remaining 4 members of each team slowly sliding over towards that middle, towards A. Ooh, Extreme Potato just wasting his time dropping that Reyna drone and manages to get popped in the head for his troubles as Reyna follows up her, or excuse me, not Reyna, Raze follows up as well to take him out. And that grenade just gonna miss as Wailing Biscuit dips out and walks right into Jekblob's waiting arms with that SMG.
30 seconds left.
2v4 for the attackers now. Never mind, it's a 4v1. As Sofia No Bueno is going to get taken down. Clean Sheriff headshot there from Juicy to clutch that round out. And yeah, that's 2-0 for the defenders, as you might expect on an anti-eco round.
Yeah, and now here we are in the bonus territory. However, the unique little buys here from Juicy, just having 3 people upgrade onto the SMGs instead of the full 5, means that they do have some players with rifles now. You can see Juicy Sushi has picked up the rifle, full armor in this round. Justin, I thought, was maybe going to invest in a rifle for himself, but instead opted against it. Meanwhile, the attackers have their full 5 rifles, have that full utility stack, have their full armor. So bit of a bonus round still for the attackers, but certainly not a free one, because there is that rifle on Juicy Sushi on a bit of what I would call a carry agent, you know, able to get the full heal after getting some kills, really chain something together nice with that rifle. And similarly, a bunch of SMGs or pistols around him to bait or play off of him.
Yeah, and he's been pretty flawless so far this game, so we'll see if that continues as Wailing Biscuit. There we go. Juicy Sushi immediately drops Wailing Biscuit onto that site, and Jekblob does the same to Bugs. Juicy with another one onto Corella. They are unstoppable this round. It's already a 2v5. And Extreme Potato does manage to grab Jekblob to even things out a little bit, but it's not going to be enough as Sophia takes Bikes and Wardell takes Extreme Potato. Sophia with just 7 HP against that Sheriff is not going to be able to get it done. And Justin grabs a rifle for himself as the defenders, Team Juicy, go up 3-0 to start the match.
Yeah, got to be happy about that one. Cheeky little lead here off the start, even shutting down that first full gun round from the attackers. Feeling very happy about that, no doubt. Also means that Juicy Sushi does now have the ultimate available, similarly on the other side. Bugs does as well, though. So we are seeing a bit of a commitment from the attackers here. A lot of SMGs, a lot of half armor, some pistol upgrades. Maybe going to be looking for a fast round into this A site, just see if they can steamroll the low number of defenders here as the Raze throws out the grenades to slow them down. This is so helpful. The lightning arrows also come in from Sova, has completely shut down any hope of this aggressive A push from the low economy buy of the attackers. Means both of these plugs have been routed for the time being. The real question is, do they rotate out or just remain here lurking on the reaggression of A? But it looks like they're deciding middle is the plan.
Yeah, although we do have 2 players with rifles from Team Juicy pushing up. They're going to get smoked off, though. But I believe they can hear that team running over to A. And Justin is ready as he gets a double spray down. Beautiful flank coming out from mid lane to be able to spray them down. Get them caught in the crossfire with Juicy Sushi. And now there's only 2 members left alive. Bugs with an SMG and Sophia with a Sheriff. Bugs manages to drop Justin, though. And now it's a 4v2. Can they make this happen? Bikes is right here. He is ready. If they decide to push, they need to check that corner ASAP. That smoke is about to go down. Will they push through? Bugs just getting caught in a bad position. And Sophia getting sprayed down by Bikes to end the round. That's number 4 on the board for Team Juicy. And it's looking like they are running away with this match pretty quickly.
And I would have to double check the veto to know for certain, but just based on the gameplay, I'd have to say that this has got to be Juicy's map pick. They just look so comfortable here. They have some clear plays, some extremely confident moves around the map coming out as well. That pinch out of the middle door onto catwalk was just so clean and effortless from Justin. It looks like they are prepared for this map. It looks like they are comfortable on this map, and it's showing in their gameplay. They're making confident peaks. They're making aggressive plays as Juicy Sushi once again is showing them who is boss, getting another opening kill here, forcing the attacker Killjoy to come out, but the smoke is already down. I think that Juicy is going to get out of here scot-free.
Yeah, it looks like he is, although that Killjoy ultimate is so powerful against Reyna in particular. Bikes manages to grab Sophia with that Raze Grenade, and now they're going to have a hard time in a 3v5. Although Bikes is getting dropped here, quite a bit of damage down from that Killjoy grenade and running right into her through that smoke. Although Juicy Sushi is getting his third of the round to trade out Corella, and Wailing Biscuit is left all alone, trying to run over to that A site as fast as he can. Will he be able to make it there in time? He does have that ultimate, and he does have a full rifle and armor, still sitting at full HP. And Jekblov is here, but he's only got 26. One bullet will do it, and there it is. Managed to get a little bit of damage down, but that spike will go down as the other two members rotate in.
Spike planted.
Wailing Biscuit is going to have to clutch this out. Gonna get potentially caught in a crossfire here as Juicy Sushi manages to drop him, but the crossfire isn't even necessary. Juicy does not miss with his 4th kill of the round. 12-1 right now. 12-1-0, I might add. He is a one-man army shredding both of these plugs.
Yeah, the team captain is frying right now, just cooking up both of these in this match so far, and understandably so, the attacker timeout comes through. And what can you even say at this point other than let's try to avoid him? I think you know that Juicy is playing this B site. You know he's completely picking you apart every single time you try to make something happen here. I'd love to see just a standard A execute come out. Every single time they've tried to do it, they've been completely shut down with the utility, and then pinched to death or caught on weird little aggressions from the defenders in the pursuing follow-up. So I would like to see them just commit to an actual A execute, commit to the basics, you know. I think it's really easy to get flustered in situations like this, and just returning to those basics is a way to clear the heads of your players and just focus on old reliable.
Yeah, it seems as though the attackers don't really have much of a plan if their original site take gets stopped. If they lose a player, if they're forced to fall back from the way they wanted to go, it seems like they tend to fall apart a little bit and rely on their individual skill, which when you're against a player with so much skill like Juicy Sushi has demonstrated, that doesn't tend to work out too well. I would like to see them get more aggressive, work as a team, and use some of that utility early to bust onto sites and get a numbers advantage, because they have really just been getting caught out and slowed down to the point where they can get run over by the defenders. And it's not been ideal. They are going to leave the spike in spawn, it looks like. Oh no, Corella is doubling back to pick it up. But again, playing very slow. Look at all of that utility stacked up around the entrance to B. This is going to be a hard push for Bugs to make, especially by himself, although Sophia is there for the rotate. Wailing Biscuit waiting around that A entrance with the Jet ultimate, just ready to pop out and nail somebody. And will he be able to find Wardell sitting up high? We will see if he chooses to peek this corner. Wardell does have that Odin ready to spray down anybody who comes his way, and we've seen how effective he can be with that. It looks like Bikes is waiting for the rotate. Wardell is going to get spotted out, but the knife is going to miss. Did he hear it? Does he know? Looks like they do know that the attackers are there, and that Odin is just monstrous, spraying down that site entrance. But the grenades as well. Juicy managing to grab Bugs with the rotate. The one lurker sitting mid lane does get picked up, and they're going to go for the 3-man mid, it looks like, as they rotate over to B. But that may not be the right call. It looks like they're in a bit of a pinch situation here. Which way will they go? How are they going to split this up and enter this site? Or are they just going to lurk mid and see if they can get a pick on the cross? They do hear Bikes. They hear him running up. Sophia is going to run away, but going to get tagged down and taken out with the wall bang as Justin pops a nice little headshot onto Wailing Biscuit as well. Justin knows Extreme Potato is there. He is ready to roll in. But Bikes beat him to it. And the two of them spray down the remaining members of both of these on the site and take the 6th round for themselves. Wow, what a clean little play from the pair of Bikes to clean up that round.
Yeah, and it's 6 rounds, and round number 6 is a flawless at that. Look at the money on the defenders. Justin is about to cap out, sitting at 8,600. Not Wardell, 7,200. The lowest number of credits on the defending side belongs to Bikes 99, and he is at 5,400. The defender economy is perfect. You couldn't ask for more. Max cash at this point would just be an inconvenience because they are winning every single round and forcing the attackers onto crap buys like this. Look at this. 3 SMGs, some basic armor, a few upgraded pistols. This is a hopeless round when you've just been losing over and over, when you're getting picked apart. The very fast rotates are coming through for Juicy, so I would like to see just the rotation out of the attackers be more aggressive, be more assertive, actually commit to the rotate instead of creeping around so slowly. But instead, not Wardell is just going to mow down Wailing Biscuit and Corella on this site take. The arrows are coming out, but the fancy feet from Justin means nothing can really land as finally one goes down and Bikes immediately trades it out even to boot. So all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, it's a 2 versus 4, and with just these lackluster guns and lacking utility, it feels so hopeless for the attackers. Moving that Spike in the middle, maybe going to try and get something done. Spike tucks into this corner, but Extreme Potato not willing to push his luck through the smoke. He's just backing out to middle. The dart goes off. A headshot from Extreme Potato is nice, but again, those are the SMGs coming out. You don't get the one-hit headshot. Bikes with the cheeky little death by own paint shells just to flex on him a little bit. He doesn't even need to kill enemies when you have people like Juicy Sushi getting 14-1 score lines by the time we're through half of the first half.
I think you're absolutely right. Early in that round, you need to get more aggressive on the attacking side, especially when you're on an eco round like that. What do you have to lose?
No
what are you waiting for? It's not like you're trying to protect rifles or any of these crazy expensive buys. You've got ghosts and maybe a Spectre. You just need to get in there and see what you can get done. But it looks like that's what they're going to be doing here as all 5 members stack up on that entrance to B. Will Juicy be able to shut them down? He gets tagged a little bit, gets spotted out by that Sova drone. Extreme Potato is getting sprayed down just as hard, but Extreme Potato taking out 2. Jeklob trading out Bikes, excuse me, and Bikes taking out Extreme Potato. Now it's a 3v3. The attackers have the site, but Bikes is there to drop Wailing Biscuit right after the spike goes down. Corella, though. Ooh, Sophia and Corella managing to take out the remaining members of the defending force, and finally we see a round on the board for the attackers.
Yeah, and finally they actually commit to something, and what do you know? It works out in their favor. They just say, you know what, screw the utility, screw the rotation. We know everyone is coming over, but we don't care. We're going to brute force our way into the site. We're going to get the spike down, and they have the confidence to win out that post plant. The guns came out hot. Sophia getting a nice little double there, and Corella picking up one as well. So I like that. I like that they're finally making something happen on the map, committing to something, and as a result, they get their first round win. Many more needed to feel comfortable in the half, but Bugs gets an opener onto Bikes with the wallbang headshot. Definitely something to be happy about, as not Wardell immediately pops the Sova ultimate in response and gets a decent little tag there, but it's not more than that, and now both teams once again slowing down.
Yeah, I think they're pretty happy with that pickup. Wailing Biscuit as well has got that operator that he snagged at the end of the last round, so that is a free big pickup for him, and they're gonna slide on over to B now that they know that the defending side is stacked up on A, expecting them to go for maybe a slow push. The defenders are just hanging back, waiting to see what happens next. It looks like they're gonna be playing for the retake here, although we do see Juicy all alone on B site, and he does manage to pick up Wailing Biscuit as they push in, but that Killjoy ultimate is coming out. He's got to move quickly if he's going to make anything happen. Reyna, when suppressed, is very less useful than normal. That was not great English, but don't worry about it. And he is sitting in the back. He is detained, and he will get just obliterated, but Jeklob manages to trade out Bugs at the same time. The defenders do still have the man advantage, and they are dropping their own Killjoy ultimate as well to try and make this site happen. Extreme Potato pushing up, but getting dropped by Wardell, and Justin taking out Corella as well. That will be the round win for the defenders as they take it 8-1 now.
Yeah, and a nice attempt out of the offense there, but really the Killjoy ultimate in the post plant situation is just so powerful for the defense, right? You want to be hiding in the back of this site, sort of working these arches and potential crossfires around the corners, but when the Killjoy ultimate comes out, you're just so incredibly trapped there. Basically, the detain is all but an inevitability unless you get aggressive and are just able to wipe out the defenders coming in on the post plant afterwards. So really nice use out of the agent kits there, really smart use out of the agent kits. I think that that's a round that under normal circumstances both of these plugs wouldn't be too upset with. You got the spike plant, you got the Killjoy ultimate out, no big deal. But when it's stacked up in this sort of score line, 8-1 to Juicy right now on the defense, you can't be happy about a round loss even with circumstances like that.
No, you cannot, and they're all stacked up. We see them doing it again where they just stack up in this tunnel and get collapsed on. 3 members of Team Juicy rolling up through mid slowly, trying to get some vision on them, and they will be able to get a beautiful flank behind these members if they can get there fast enough. Bike's in a great position now to catch them out as they push in. Wailing Biscuit flies onto the site with that Jet ultimate, and Bikes is being so patient. He knows they're there, but he's waiting for the right moment. When will he decide to step out? All 5 members roll past him. Corella getting the plant, and Bike stepping out now to get Sophia. Picking up Corella as well. Beautiful, patient play. Grabs the 3rd one as Wardell and Jeklov clean up the remaining 2. Bikes, what a play. Wow.
Oh, and I would never in a million years be able to wait that long there. Bikes, my fingers were twitching just watching him sit there, hearing the footsteps, hearing the spike plant start, and still not peeking. So you can call him Gandhi, you can call him an Adonis, you can call him whatever you like, because the patience coming out of Bikes there is zen-like. Just so confident that he'll be able to make it happen here. 9-1 now for the side of Juicy, just 2 rounds left in the half. The attackers have full committed to a bye, so that means they're unlikely to even have a full one in the final round. But the defenders, I mean, they could be throwing guns off the map and still have enough credits to keep buying.
Yep, and we'll see maybe another fast A or B execute here, excuse me, although the site is a little bit more stacked. It's not just Juicy here on his own. Bikes is there with him. Sophia gonna grab that ult point, and Bugs does have the Reyna ultimate. Oh, Extreme Potato. You hate to see it. Walks right into Justin in the Omen smoke. And that's the lurker gone for the attacking side. And now all of them are stacked up in that entrance to A. They're just going to try to back out towards mid lane and see what they can do. They don't have any information about where the defenders are, how they're set up, and that could be their downfall. Jeklov is waiting at the top of mid. If he hears anything, he is ready to turn. But I don't think he knows exactly where they are yet either. Still watching that B site. I believe he'll hear them now as they run over towards A, but maybe not.
Oh, and this is so bad timing. The Sova number 5 there, not Wardell, had just thrown out the dart and it didn't find anything, but now the contact from Justin means that they know the A rotation is likely to happen, so you can see those B defenders swing over, but will it be too little too late as 2 attacker kills come through? Wailing Biscuit
left.
picking up 1 with the operator. Now peeking out with Crystal, but Justin is standing tall, gets 3 before finally dropping to Sophia. The spike might go down here, but Juicy Sushi has got something to say about it. Picking up the kill on the Bugs, Sophia having to reload, and now the cleanup. A nice triple-double there at a Juicy Sushi and Justin to make that happen off of what was initially a really bad timing.
It was. The defenders are just playing this like Metal Gear Solid. The amount of patience and slow play that they've been exhibiting on this defending side has been amazing. Consistently, we can see them just waiting for the right moment, not risking getting caught out, not pushing too far up, not getting impatient or bored or frustrated with the attackers, just waiting for the right moment, finding the angles, and winning those gunfights to take these rounds home convincingly.
Get out of my way.
Juicy is just spraying through that entrance to B with an Odin. Not going to get any damage down, but damn if it isn't scary to be on the receiving end of that. And that Killjoy ultimate is going to go down right away from Corella to try to clear them off the A site. And now they're... Ooh, this is smart from the attackers. They're expecting that A push, but all 4 other members of the team besides Corella bust onto the B site, and they're going to get the plant down right away. As Juicy tries to rotate in, but gets taken out. Justin and Bikes are with him. Bikes with a huge drone drops Sophia and Extreme Potato, and the ultimate is coming in. Gonna pop it and pick up a 3rd onto Wailing Biscuit. And now Bugs is all alone against 3 members of this team, but he's in a good position. Manages to take out Wardell and gets that heal. Gotta reload, but he might be able to do this. Justin is sitting in that smoke. Jackblob is waiting. Jackblob is down. Justin is all alone, but he gets the defuse to take the round just by the skin of his teeth. 18 HP and manages to pick up Bugs just for good measure. You hate to see it. That was so close for Bugs. He's the only one really performing right now on the side of both of these plugs, and that was so close to being a beautiful round from him, but it just wasn't quite enough.
And now, desperate times are calling for desperate measures. Juicy has managed to pick up 11 on the first half, so Bofadis has responded now here on the pistol round with the 5 Frenzy loadout. The Mac loaded, coming strapped with the heater. Gratata! Gonna maybe push out of B tunnels here. You can see them stacking up so aggressively. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you have number 9. That's Wailing Biscuit. Just playing cautiously over at A, maybe also actually going to aggress out, posting up at the barrier there, but instead it's the one spot where they're not pushing. It's middle that Juicy is committing to. All 5 members rushing down middle. They're already onto the defender side. Look at this, it's a horror. They're now going to be playing the retake, but Bugs can maybe be the denial here. Gets one, flies out. Juicy Sushi responds. So now it's a 4 versus 4. The attackers are sandwiched in to these middle connector areas, but they're flying into the B site. Justin with the ghost looking for something. Sophia looking for the spray down, only gets a little bit of damage onto Justin. Not Wardell looking for something, but Wailing Biscuit has got the headshot. Bikes now lurking behind the site. 3 members here. The spike lately to go down, but the defenders are right on top of them looking for something. Oh, and Bikes, it's a bit of a whiff. Wailing Biscuit, does he get this kill now? He's peeking around. The reload is so bad timing. Oh, Bikes, you really hate to see it. And now Sophia trying to use that shock darts to get info. Juicy is able to pick up one, but Bugs responds on to Justin now. Juicy Sushi in the 1v2. He gets one. Wailing Biscuit is on a sliver of health. He's gonna need the headshot with the jump peek. Are you kidding me? He's got no ammo. Wailing Biscuit with the triple. No, it's an absolute blunder, but does he even have the defuse time? I think he's got it here. The triple kill, the heroics. Wailing Biscuit on a sliver of health the whole round. The teabag even to close it out. Are you kidding me? What a recovery, but they still have so far to go.
That's just unfortunate for Juicy. The one downside of the frenzy is that small clip, and it did him in the end. Just wasn't barely unable to pick up that final kill onto Wailing Biscuit, excuse me. And now we can see finally they are up for the first time I think this game. They have an advantage in the buys, and we'll see if they can make it work on that defending side. A nice little split push from the attackers. Going 1 mid, 2 A, 2 B, it looks like. Just trying to get some information. They do have a disadvantage in the buy department, so they're trying to get something done. Bugs going to go down to Wardell with that frenzy. It may be a pistol, but it is still very deadly in the right hands. And now he's got a gun as well. He's sitting on a Bulldog. It's not the best, but it's definitely better than a pistol. And they are in a pretty decent position here, to be honest with you. SMGs, frenzies, it's something. It's not everything, but it's something. And Wailing Biscuit gonna drop bikes, but gonna be sitting on top of a grenade and take a lot of damage. Jackblob as well manages to drop somebody, but Sofia No Bueno trades back with Justin and the shock dart onto Jackblob to finish him off. Wardell, though, evening things up with that Bulldog he picked up. Will he be able to get the spike down in time? He knows somebody is coming above him. Extreme Potato is right there, ready to drop him. Man grabs a Spectre, probably a better option than the Marshall in this case. And we can, oh boy. Juicy with the rotate manages to take him out, and it's all on Corella with this Ares. Big damage output from that, but he's in an awkward spot here. Wardell is right below him. And he does manage to pick him up. Juicy Sushi is going to have to move quick now to stop this defuse. I don't know if Corella knows where Juicy is coming from. He's going to have to Batman this one. Will he jump down and do it? No! Juicy! Why did you take that so slow? Juicy moving a little bit too slow to stop that defuse. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, just I guess thought that there was no way Jack Blob would stick it, but as it turns out, weighted down by his steel balls, so slow on the rotation, but still manages to make it happen there despite it. Gets the 1 versus 2 clutch. Great play out of him. I like that. I mean, it was way too close for what it was, right? Yeah, the full investment out of the defenders and the attackers almost made it happen despite a few upgraded pistols really being their only items of choice. So definitely a scary moment, but nonetheless, you got the round win. That's really what it's about here. As Bikes with the bounce, I'm pretty sure got a dink there, but because of the bar on the window, doesn't end up actually being that much damage. Now throwing out the bot and grenade, and these are so well placed onto the stack of defenders. Means that Bikes is into the site scot-free, sees Extreme Potato in the connector, and now the wall bangs are starting to come out. The smokes even as well. 2 kills for the defenders at this point, with everyone else on the offensive side being stuck in these B tunnels, but it is a trade of 2. So now we're in a 3v3 situation, and oh, look at this. Number 1 has such an aggressive flank here. That's Jack Blob about to be in the defender spawn. Bugs, oh, nice job getting out of dodge there, but with Jack Blob so far pushed up. Oh, look at this. It's a mowdown. He can see them all across the defender spawn here, only actually able to get 1, but it's just about what it does on the map. It means it's an effortless rotation for the attackers here. They've got the spike down now at A, and it's a 3 versus 2 retake, and they have to go so slow here moving through the map because of the peaks from Jack Blob. Gets a 3rd on the round. Bugs does at least find the trade, but now it's another 1v2 clutch scenario for the defenders. Bugs, the top performer of both of these plugs in both games. Let's see what he can do here. He needs to get it done if he wants any hope of getting back into this map for his team. A stacked combo on the other side. Juicy Sushi and Not Wardell. They've got the crossfire, and Not Wardell has the wall bang spray from below heaven. Are you kidding me? That is why he was the far and away top scorer in the last match, and that is why he is such an essential member of this team, Juicy.
Yeah, Wardell, this entire series has been monstrous with his vision control, his ability to get those Sova darts in the right positions, to use that drone well and tag enemies out so that his team knows where they are and where to go to stop them, has been invaluable to his team. And of course, that's every Sova's main job, but Wardell, I think, has been demonstrating why he's been able to get this far. And now we can see a very, very fast execute from the attackers, just trying to make something work onto that B site. They're all stacked up in the entrance as the defenders manage to make their way over. They need to move in quickly, though, or they're going to get collapsed on before they can take the site. They do manage to get in, and that Killjoy ultimate does go off without detaining anybody. Number 9, ooh, Juicy Sushi pushing through and nailing Corella, but there's a big flank coming in. You can see it on the map. Wailing Biscuit is set up behind them as Juicy Sushi goes to town on the defending team. And unfortunately, Wailing Biscuit gets popped. The flawless win to take the match for Team Juicy, 2-0. You love to see it, and Team Juicy will advance to the finals of this series.
That's
what a
right.
Game.
Great showing from them in this map. I really, after our overtime game 1, I think that this is a big switch up. Just goes to show that Juicy Sushi on their maps, on their picks, are just complete nightmares. And I mean, you want to talk about nightmares? Let's talk about the guy this team is named after, the guy who is captaining the squad, Juicy Sushi, going 25 5-3 in this match in only 16 rounds. Let's remember that here. 25-5. What a beast.
Yeah, I mean, better than a 5.0 KDA is monstrous on any map. But yeah, 25 kills in 16 rounds and only 3 assists. Almost everything he was doing was all him. He could not be stopped on that B site. He was holding it down for their entire defender side. And on the attacking side, he did not slow down either. I think that is, as one of the team members said in the game, I believe that was Reyna Diff.
Yeah, and it's not as if Bugs wasn't trying his hardest either. I mean, the top scorer on his own squad, 13 and 16 to his name, but even still, when you have someone just popping off to the highest degree, hitting that 11th level, it's really hard to compete. So both of these plugs, thank you for joining us in the Valorant Summer Showdown, but now you are eliminated from the tournament. That bye not doing too much for them as they are now knocked out, with Juicy advancing to the grand finals that will be played next Sunday. So They are our first team to make it to the grand finals. No doubt happy about that, but we still have another semifinals match coming up later today. So don't you go anywhere. They still need one team to join them in the grand finals. We're going to be taking a bit of a break. If you want to tune into that second semifinals match, come back around at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. That is when we will be streaming that second set. So don't you go anywhere. Go grab some coffee, maybe play a game of Valorant with your buddies if you're inspired off of these matches. We will see you later today. Have a great night.